Merry fucking Christmas, Bully Ray. Good job, Savage.
It's the best hat in pro wrestling today!
I'm wrestling with Savage and Willow Nightingale, baby. Let's go!
Yeah!
Yeah!
Because I'm lovely AF and you aren't. Thank you.
And you heard it here first on Wrestling with Savage. You fucking raw man, yeah! Raw fucking yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Battleground Championship Wrestling, we will not be denied.
With Luigi, the greatest pizza maker of all fucking time! Look at this fucking guy right here! Look at this fucking guy! Fuck you, Sam! Fuck you!
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Pride say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Because they are the best tag team in the world today!
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, Pride say you live as a champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.
That's right, Dave. You got to start somewhere. Everybody, welcome back to Wrestling with Savage, a very special surprise Thursday episode 142, the Savage Awards 2022 edition. And I'm very happy to announce I see Dave's in the Christmas spirit just like me. How you doing over there, David?
How's it going?
I'm glad to see your equipment still works. I mean, it's so got has so much dust on it at this point. Holy shit!
That camera had that cover on there for a while there.
Gilch, when was the last time you saw Dave actually in person, right? Probably the last time you've even seen this guy. Or on Facebook. Well, Dave, let me introduce you to Lewis, one of the newest cast members of our show. He's a staff member at the Wrestling Universe, and he pretty much gets to hang out with wrestling gods and girls and legends all fucking year long.
Nice.
Pretty good gig.
Yeah, sounds pretty good.
Pretty good gig. Pretty fucking legit, man. He's part of the Wrestling Universe, man. And if you guys are still looking for a last-minute Christmas gift like Gilch was a few days ago, we went down to the Wrestling Universe and picked himself up a little slice of Christmas heaven. And Lewis, why don't you describe to us that item he picked up that you were talking about a little while ago?
It would be an Undisputed Era 3-pack signed by Kyle O'Reilly, Bobby Fish, and Adam Cole.
Wow. And Gilch definitely has that proudly displayed behind him. Gilch, how you doing tonight, brother? Welcome to the show. I'm happy to see you here as well.
Thank you.
Are you ready for the awards? We're going to get right into the first category. We're going to rip right into it, and it's the Shocker of the Year in 2022. Now, for me personally, there's a lot of things I could have picked. I could have picked Punk returning to wrestling, Cody returning to the WWE, Stone Cold having a match at WrestleMania. But no, for me, it's Vince McMahon officially stepping down as the chairman of the WWE. To me, that was a legit shocker because I had an idea it was coming, but actually seeing it really happen, seeing Stephanie give out a statement, and then seeing Triple H be given full control, to actually witness it over the past few months, to me, that was the shocker of the year. How about you, Lewis? What's your shocker of the year?
So my shocker of the year was Cody coming back. No one knew it was coming, but it was just the feeling I got when it actually happened. When the music hit, I'm sitting there and I'm like, holy crap, this is really happening. He's back. And that's why it's my shock of the year.
Yeah, no, that was a great moment, Cody coming back. But like you said, there was so much talk about it for like such a long time. It's like we knew. Like you knew it was going to happen.
There's always talk in wrestling, though. Like,
absolutely, you're right.
The second the theme song hits, that's when you know it's happening.
They also did a good swerve job there at the end to make you think, maybe not.
Maybe not. Yeah, it's true. How about you, Gilch? What's your shocker of the year?
I am going to agree with Lewis. Up until the last minute, there was rumors of Shane, and I was actually watching WrestleMania in this bar called DDT in Brooklyn, fun little wrestling bar. So it was a pretty hyped up crowd. And I was really like the starter before his music hit. I was waiting to hear like, "Here comes the money," and I was like, "Oh no!" So when he came back, and he came back as the American Nightmare, the theme, the whole
whole
for me,
thing.
that's it. Yeah, that's it.
And how about you, Dave? What was your shocker of the year for you? What did it for you?
Well, I was in between the Vince McMahon, the Cody Rhodes, the Steve Austin even. Cody Rhodes and Steve Austin, I was there. So I saw it live. So to be there
hell of a moment.
And to the Cody, I think stood out a little more because the tension was so high. I remember when just waiting and we're sitting, well, everybody's like, what is it going to be? It's got to be Cody. It's got to be Cody. And everybody's still waiting. And they did like a fake little pop explosion. And you're like, well, what? Nothing happened. And next thing you know, you just hear the sound of his music come on, you know, where he starts talking. You're like, oh my God, it's really happening. So for me, it was that. Stone Cold stands out for me just because I still was in disbelief. Once I heard that bell ring, then I was like, holy shit, this is actually happening.
It's actually happening, yeah. I'll give Stone Cold props, man. Him coming back after that long, I wasn't shocked of him coming back. I was just shocked of what he actually did in the match and, you know, how his performance was and him taking bumps on cement, you know. But I'm sure Stone Cold's going to come up in conversation a little later in the night. I'll tell you this. You told me 5 years ago you'd be talking about Stone Cold in 2022, you know, awards for the year kind of categories. I would have been like, yeah, okay. What are you talking about? But let's get into the next category, all right? And it's the Breakout Star of the Year. Big year for pro wrestling. A lot of companies, a lot of opportunities for a lot of people. And I'm sure there's somebody out there right now that would say Action Andrade is the Breakout Star of the Year at this point. But that's not me. There's a lot of contenders, and my contenders are JD McDonough, Tony D'Angelo, Tiffany Stratton, Braun Breaker, and Theory. And I'm going to go with Theory. For me, Theory was the absolute, by far, 100% breakout star of the year. That Money in the Bank victory, you know, sealed the deal. It said, I am here. I am playing with the big boys now. And not only that, but then we saw technically the burial and then the resurrection within the same month of a new Theory coming back. No camera, no selfies, all business, looking scarier and more dangerous than ever. So for me, for him to establish himself and then reestablish himself in the same calendar year, how do you not give it to Theory? Lewis, who's your breakout star of the year?
So my breakout star is a little bit different. My breakout star is Jamie Hayter. I think if you told me at the beginning of 2022 that Jamie Hayter would walk out of 2022 with the AEW Women's Championship, I wouldn't believe you. You know, but she went from just being Britt Baker's sidekick to being a main attraction, to getting the fans behind her, even though she's a heel, to getting the fans, you know, behind her and really wanting her to be champion. That's why she's my breakout star of the year.
That's actually a really good choice, man. I respect it. I like it. Gilch, who's your breakout star of the year?
I'm going to go maybe a little lazy. It's not a single person. It's a tag team. It's the Acclaimed.
Oh, wow. That's bold. Okay, the Acclaimed, just your absolute breakout stars of the year. No questions asked. Okay, and David, how about you? Who's your breakout star of the year? You can also consider this guy's like a rookie of the year kind of award. Like, that's how I look at it. It's almost like rookie of the year type of thing. But sometimes you have stars who are there for a long time and they don't break out till a year like 2, 3, 4. How about you, Dave? Who did you see this year that really made you think they're going to have a career?
Actually, I agree with your pick. He surprised me because when he lost that whole Money in the Bank, I thought that was like a burial. And then suddenly he changed his character and started talking about, you know, I'm the now and this is what I'm gonna do, and he just stopped giving a shit. So it's like, I really like his change and how he built his character. He actually has a character. So I say Theory.
Without a doubt, man. All right, so now we're gonna get into the next character, next category, and it's gonna be the event of the year, overall event of the year. And there was a lot of events to consider. For me, it would have to be, I have a long list, but, you know, I'll break it down to what I thought was the absolute best event of the year. You had SummerSlam, Survivor Series was good, Beyond Wrestling was good, Wrestle Kingdom 16 was good, G1 Climax 32 was good, All Out was good, Revolution was good. But for me, without a doubt, the best show of the year is WrestleMania. WrestleMania killed it this year. There was nothing better. Best cards, surprises, returns, and just a fun time, entertaining as fuck. Lewis, what was your event of the year?
I wholeheartedly agree with you, especially night one of WrestleMania. You know, Cody, Stone Cold, like...
I didn't want to damper on anybody's night and just pick one, so I'm just, like, doing the event. But day one was special.
Whatever.
Day one was special.
But the entire feeling of that Mania,
Yeah.
That's mine.
Gilch, who are you going with? What was your event of the year? I'm thinking something AEW. I with your scarf on, I would have to say it was the night MJF won the championship, but what was it for you?
I hate to do this, but I gotta agree with you, motherfuckers. I thought WrestleMania was shockingly good. I thought we were gonna get a corny little Stone Cold bump, which turned into a whole fucking match on the exterior of the ring. So yeah, I'm gonna go WrestleMania. Cody, the whole 9 yards.
David, I'm assuming we're getting the same answer from you.
I mean, it's obvious. I was there, so
yeah.
You can't beat that. You know,
not at all.
It was so, and for me, it was more of a big deal because I was there with my kids, my wife. My kids got to see Stone Cold in person, live. That was just like, nothing's gonna beat that.
How could it top it though when you're there though? You know what I mean? Like that's a tough ask, man. Especially when you're there witnessing that kind of history. 19 years, you're a Stone Cold fan. Stone Cold comes back, has a match. There's no way that's not going to be the event of the year for you. But even someone like me, who's a big AEW guy, and I was there when MJF won the World Championship. I was there when the Acclaimed won their World Tag Team Champion. I went to a lot of great shows this year. But even for me, unfortunately, sitting from home watching WrestleMania, it was special, and I wish I could have been there because I felt it at home, and that's why I'm giving it the event of the year without question. Now here's the next topic, next category: promotion of the year. So we have NWA, we have New Japan, we have Impact, AEW, WWE. Those are my 5 promotions, and I have to give my answer now. And the promotion of the year, if you would have asked me 5 months ago, I probably would have told you AEW was headed on a great course. Then we get the media scrum. And we have other things going on. Roster not being used properly. Superstars all of a sudden getting pushed like Goldberg and then all of a sudden getting squashed by a Samoan Joe. Or we have a guy named after Orange fucking Juice who's running around and putting people down. He's not just running around, he's putting people down. He's beating them now. So, I'm not saying he's not worthy of a push either, but I just saw, as far as booking goes, the way WrestleMania went, and then the way the last, 5 months of WWE has been, wow. Big difference from SummerSlam to, like, the beginning of the year. So, I'm going to give it to WWE. I'm going to give it to Triple H. I feel like long-term he's made the right decisions. He's made the right fires. He's made the right hires. He's pushing the right people. And he's placing the right seeds for a lot of good storytelling in 2023. Lewis, who do you see as the best promotion of 2023?
I wholeheartedly agree with you again. It's WWE, and it's for the same reason. If you asked me that question 5 months ago, it would have been AEW. But since Triple H has taken over, and we've kind of seen this breath of fresh air in pro wrestling when it comes to WWE, it's WWE.
Yeah, without a doubt, man. Without a doubt. I 100% agree with that. Gilch, who do you got?
Yeah, if you asked me at the beginning of the year who was headed there, same thing, it was AEW, but it's definitely WWE.
Okay. All right. And Dave, I'm assuming you have something to say on this because you watch both AEW and WWE.
And honestly, I feel AEW. They had the most controversy this year. I know that the whole CM Punk kind of like threw things off, but I always enjoyed AEW better. I like how the WWE is turning now. Things are getting better, but I don't feel like it's still yet there that I'd be like, they're doing the better job.
I don't disagree with you there. They're not there yet, but like I feel like as far as opportunities go, I feel like the AEW dropped the ball on so many different opportunities at so many times. Lackluster main events and a lot of shows. Rampage is a sideshow circus. There's a lot of things they're not doing right. You know, the things they are doing right.
I agree.
MJF, 100%, they did it right. It didn't go down as planned. I'll tell you this, if they would have ended up finding a way to get CM Punk to drop the title to MJF, I'd probably be saying AEW is the promotion of the year right now. But that was their main goal. That was their storyline. And guess what, Dave? It didn't fucking happen. And whose fault is that? It's not even Punk's fault. It's Tony Khan's fault. Because he sits there and just lets people say whatever the fuck they want. And then you're going to get mad at the guy for giving him a platform to say whatever the fuck he wants. At the end of the day, you're the one that looks like a dick, not him. And that night, he looked like a dick. But now that I look back on it, Tony Khan's the real dick, and he's just sitting there like a dick. Like a small dick owner who has no fucking idea on what's really happening right now. But whatever. It's okay. I digress. Just like Bully Ray does all the time. We're going to get on to the next category. But before we do that, let's give a little shout out. And we're going to do that right now. His name is Anthony Blackwell Jr. And he does a show on YouTube every Tuesday, Thursday. I believe Tuesday he starts at 7 p.m. Thursday he starts a little later. He's actually live right now. He's doing a 2022 Pro Wrestling Naughty or Nice list. So make sure you check out that video later in the night. Give him a follow, give him a sub. And just do that now, all right? You can do that right now if you want, and you come right back. We're not going anywhere. We're going to take a quick commercial break, and we'll be right back here with the rest of the awards for 2022 right here on Wrestling with Savage.
Christmas, Bully Ray. Good job, Savage. It's the best time.
Well, ho, 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 it's that time of the year. And if you want Santa's recommendation for what you should get your friends, the best gift that you can give anyone this year is this gorgeous, beautiful, custom Wrestling with Savage t-shirt, which you can pick up today. Just head on over to wrestlingwithsavage.com and we'll put your order in. You can get any color you want. Make sure you get your order in ASAP so Santa's little helpers can put it together for you and get it straight to your door for Christmas Eve. Make sure that you order today. WrestlingWithSavage.com. We work directly with the North Pole and Santa Claus and everybody you know and love. There will make no better gift. This is the best gift you can get anyone you know. It's warm, it's nice material, it's beautiful, and it's got a picture of my favorite person in the world, Savage. Head on over to WrestlingWithSavage.com now.
Come back.
All right, we're back right here on Wrestling with Savage. And now that you saw the t-shirt, you go to the website, wrestlingwithsavage.com. There's a bunch of shirts there. You can get one of me or Jay or Gilch or the whole cast and crew. Dave has one. Gilch has one. There's some other little t-shirts I made there. Next year, 2023, make sure you check out the website. There's going to be a new look. There's going to be new merch. There's going to be new content. There's going to be a lot of shit going down next year because that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make shit happen in 2023. But speaking of 2023, Jay, I see you're watching right now. You're a bum for not being online, according to Dave. But I can agree with him to that. You can let us know in the comments if you disagree with any of our picks. Right now, we're going to move along to the story of the year. And for me, there's only two stories that really were like on a major platform. And it's, of course, the Sami Zayn and the Bloodline, and then CM Punk and MJF. Now I have to say, all right, which storyline meant more to me? And unfortunately, the story was never finished, but the story they were telling was fantastic. For me, it was CM Punk MJF. I wanted to see that story play out all the way to its end. Unfortunately, that didn't happen. And it's a fucking shame. How about you, Lewis? What was your storyline of the year?
So the exact reason you just said is why that storyline is not my storyline of the year, and Sami Zayn and the Bloodline is my storyline of the year. Because we know that it's going to play out around WrestleMania, and we know it's going to be something huge, and it's going to lead to something. And honestly, everything that's been going on with Sami Zayn has been absolutely hysterical, and this is probably the best year he's had. So, you know, I would go with the Bloodline and Sami Zayn.
Yeah, this is definitely the best year he's had as far as like getting over with the fans and selling merch and being relevant, being talked about, being popular. Dave, we got to go straight to you because Gilch is apparently getting something from the concession stand live, wherever the fuck he is right now. And, how about you? What's your storyline of the year?
Funny enough, I agree with the Sami Zayn. Sammy, I just noticed how he's, for me, I never seen him as a great wrestler, but he could tell the story so well. Like his storytelling and the way his facial expressions and everything, he's just great at telling a story. So I definitely give it to Sammy in that story.
And the Bloodline and the Usos and Solo Sikoa and, Roman Reigns and Paul Heyman.
Yeah, all that is all leading to, who knows, The Rock, all that stuff. So it's like, something's
what did you think on Monday?
It.
Did you watch Monday? I just wanted to ask you real quick, because the Bloodline, for the first time in a long time, we've seen a faction be given, the cue to just say, hey, go fuck up the whole roster all night long. That's like something out of back in the Attitude Era where you kind of saw stuff like that. Were you a fan of it? Was it believable to you, or did you think it was a little much?
I liked it because at least it's something on Raw. You know what I mean? They're doing something on Raw, and it makes it a little more interesting. Raw is so a burden to watch even now. So 3 hours of the show every Monday. At least it made it a little interesting with seeing that. It gave it a little more of appeal.
Okay, all right, so we got to keep it moving. Gilch's storyline of the year, I think he'd agree with me about CM Punk and MJF had the potential to be the storyline of the year. But actually, Lewis, you know what? I'll retract. I'll go back, and I will agree with you. It wasn't a completed story, so it shouldn't even be qualified. So I guess you guys are all right. Bloodline has been the most interesting storyline on TV completely from beginning of the year to the end of the year. I mean, we're still fucking talking about it right now. Yeah, and not only that, but we get to see more of it, and maybe more than we want to. Maybe Roman doesn't even lose the title at Mania. Maybe he loses it at Mania 41. I don't know. And you know what? Nobody really knows. Nobody really knows.
It almost feels like you don't know who's going to beat him now. Now it's a possibility. It could lead to Sammy beating him. It's like, who knows? It could be Kevin Owens. Well, maybe there's some kind of bullshit going on there, and Kevin Owens is going to get involved. In reality, they're in cahoots for him to go beat the woman. Who knows? There's so many things that can happen.
You're 100% right, man. Anything could fucking happen when things are live. And that's what happens with sports entertainment. And speaking of sports entertainment, we're going to get right into the Sports Entertainer of the Year. And for me, without doubt, it's the Ocho. It's Chris Jericho. There's no question about it. Lewis, I'm going straight to you. Who's your Sports Entertainer of the Year, man?
The second you told us this category, I said it's Chris Jericho.
Without question.
He's had 17 gimmicks this year, and all 17 gimmicks have made me want to watch AEW. Whether he's a wizard, whether he's the Ocho,
the Painmaker, the Lionheart, Le Champion.
Chris Jericho has been one of the most entertaining things for the last, 25 years? And he's still continuing to do so.
And he's still giving back to the business every chance he gets, and I fucking love it. Gilch, we missed you for Story of the Year. Everybody here, we were pretty much debating. Actually, not really. I was debating. They picked. They think the Bloodline Story of the Year, Sammy and the Bloodline. And for me, it was CM Punk and MJF. But at the end, I decided, you know what? That storyline never even finished, so I'm going to give it to the storyline that was banging out all year long, Bloodline.
Yeah, I think if CM Punk, MJF would have been able, if that didn't happen, that storyline would have been able to build it out. I would have went there. But since it didn't, I got to go with Bloodline.
Okay. And how about Sports Entertainer of the Year? I'm assuming you're going with Jericho as well?
No, not about it. He's on my Mount Rushmore, and he gets further and further up that list every day.
Copy that. And Dave, same thing for you?
Come on, man. He's the GOAT.
It's a unanimous decision. It's Chris Jericho. The Ocho. All right, I love it, man. Are we going to get Nueve? Diaz? I can't wait. I think Jericho's going to win another world championship. I actually think he should be the one to rip it off of MJF at one point. Not necessarily be the guy, but he can be in debate and conversation for it. Between, let's say, Chris Jericho, you could throw Ricky Starks in there, Wardlow in there, maybe CM Punk comes back. I don't know. Let's not even talk about that. Let's just keep it moving, man. All right, so we know who the sports entertainer of the year is. It's Chris Jericho, without a doubt. Now let's get right into another unanimous winner, I'm sure. Who has been the absolute best on the microphone in the year of 2022? Now, my answer is simple, and it has 3 letters, and it's MJF. No conversation with me. Lewis, who's your best on the mic this year?
So my best on the mic is Enzo Amore. I'm just kidding. It's MJF. You can't go wrong. It's MJF. Every promo that man cuts is
gold.
It's gold. It's everywhere, and there's a reason for it.
I agree. Gilch, do I even have to ask on this one?
No, I mean it's definitely MJF. I mean, no question about it.
Right.
I'll give what's his name, Sami Zayn like a close second for what he's done.
Okay, that's a nice nod to Sami Zayn. That's fair. And Dave, how about you? Who's your best on the mic this year?
Come on, man. Stone Cold Steve Austin, man.
Yeah.
Don't forget about that.
Yeah, he did cut.
No.
He did cut 2 promos.
Technically, yeah, he did.
One was in the desert, right?
That one was awesome, actually.
Yeah,
but
it was. It's great.
But no, it's obvious MJF, man. Like this man, I have close second, maybe Christian in the beginning of the year because of all the things he was saying, but definitely MJF. Like the things he says, he makes you think, and he brings raw like energy, is truthful promos, so you feel it, and yeah, no mistake.
All right. We're going to get into another controversial category. There's a lot of potential people in this one. I say controversial because a lot of people get very offended when you don't pick their wrestler. But for me, the most improved wrestler of the year, close second, Angelo Dawkins and Tony D'Angelo. But my winner for most improved wrestler of the year, without a doubt, is Mandy fucking Rose. Go back last year and watch the way she wrestled compared to the way she was wrestling the last 6 months, putting on bangers with almost every fucking talent in the division. That's me. Lewis, who's your most improved wrestler of the year?
So my most improved wrestler is actually Sami Zayn.
Okay.
And it's not for the wrestling itself, it's for the character.
Okay.
You know, we started off with that kind of like,
I'm gonna just have to disqualify your answer because this is for the most improved wrestler of the year. This is not most. All right, fine.
He's always
most
been
improved
like
sports entertainer.
Finally,
he's a sports entertainer, man. He ain't no fucking wrestler right now. Come on. If anything,
then I would give it a Mandy Rose.
All right. If anything, he was a better wrestler in NXT than he is in WWE. But right now, the way he's talking, yeah, he's up there. He's got like a swordsmith with the mic now. I love it. I don't want to fuck with your answer. If it's Sami Zayn, it's Sami Zayn, man.
You're good.
Sami Zayn or Mandy Rose?
Sami Zayn.
Sami Zayn. Okay. Gilch, I'm going to you right now. Most improved wrestler of the year.
You're going like purely in the ring. Is that what you meant with this one? I think.
Yeah,
right?
I'm trying to like wrestling ability. Someone who didn't wrestle that good last year, like Angelo Dawkins. He's so much better than he was last year.
He felt Uzi, all right? Just leave him alone.
He's Uzi.
Madcap Moss.
Great choice. Okay, he had the clown gimmick of Mania. By the end of the year, he's back with a shorter name, Serious. Okay, I like it.
Impressive. A little impressive.
He is impressive. He put a banger on with Theory, actually. Fucking absolute banger. Dave, your most improved of the year.
Well, you'll probably be surprised with this one, but my choice was Jade. I thought that her promos haven't been that great, but her ring work, she's gotten better, and I see the improvement every time she's in the ring, so I give it to her.
Totally fair answer. Jade has improved. I just wish she had more opportunities to improve because you gotta remember, a superstar like Jade, the only time she probably wrestles is when you see her on TV in a ring, and that's not often. So they should give her more like dark matches or do something, man. But yeah, she's way better than she was last year. All right, so there it is for most improved of the year. Now we're moving into babyface of the year. This is a tough category for me because really, who's even a babyface anymore? People play a babyface, but they're not a babyface. Fans boo for people they're supposed to cheer for. They cheer for people they're supposed to boo for. What's Seth Rollins? Is he a face or a heel? I'll go right there first. What the fuck is Seth Rollins? Is he a heel or a face?
He's
I
hybrid.
think he's a heel you like to
Lovable
heel.
heel.
He's a hybrid.
He's a babyface heel. The guy goes in any arena in the country, and it doesn't matter who's in the ring. The fans will stand up and serenade him in the middle of a match, in the middle of a promo, before or after. I mean, I don't think anybody commands the crowd today in professional wrestling the way Seth Rollins does. I feel like Seth Rollins can walk into any arena in the world during anyone's promo or match and just hijack the show. Like that. The cameras, everything. The fans, there'll be a banger of a match going on in the middle of the ring. All the fans are going to look at the entrance. And they're going to go, oh, all that
You know
shit.
who I think? You know who I think had potential to get there if he didn't get hurt was Big E.
Yes. Yes. He has that charisma, that personality. But babyface of the year for me, okay. I'm going to just give it to fucking... I don't care. I'm giving it to Seth Rollins, man. My other three were Cody Rhodes, Johnny Gargano, and Jon Moxley. But Jon Moxley can't be a babyface. He bleeds every 2 minutes. Johnny Gargano wrestles every 2 years. And Cody Rhodes has been injured for a long time. So, Seth Rollins. Lewis, who's your babyface of the year?
See, I'd say Cody Rhodes just for the simple fact that we don't know what Seth Rollins is. Is he a face? Is he a heel? I don't know. So because I don't know, I can't just straight up give it to him. So I'm just going to pick Cody Rhodes. You know, the second he pops on our screen the next time, he's going to get a huge cheer, just like the last time he popped up on our screen.
I also think he's going to be triple the size, and he's going to look like an absolute monster.
Like a monster.
Like a monster. My God. All right, Gilch, who is your babyface of the year?
Fuck, man. I don't know why I'm having such trouble.
Next one's easy. Yo, for me, this was the hardest category of the night. It really was. Not gonna lie to you.
Oh, man. Fuck.
It's tough. It's tough. It's a tough one. It really is. I'll try to talk you through it a little bit as you can. I know it's tough because we don't even know what Seth is. Cody's gone. Johnny Gargano doesn't wrestle. Who is it? Is it Roman? Is Roman even a babyface?
No,
Actually,
he's a heel. He's not a babyface. He's a heel.
You know who I think it is, even though he's going to miss like a quarter of the year? I think I got to go with Punk.
Okay. Yeah, well, I guess when he first came back, he was definitely babyface.
Yeah.
There's no question about that shit. Dave, who's your babyface of the year?
I don't know, man. Like, we can't do tag teams, can we? Because I would say the Acclaimed.
Yeah, that's fine. All right. Yeah, baby. You're not wrong.
They were just like out of nowhere.
You would just change it to baby faces of the year.
When did they drop the Pinnacle within a minute? Because they were technically heels at that point, right? When they came out for like...
That was a while. I think that was like last year.
That was last year, I think, yeah.
That was last year. All right.
At this point.
Or maybe like right at the beginning of the year.
Yeah, it was February because I was in EC when MJF got carried out in the fucking throne.
We're sliding into the next category, and this should be another easy one. I'm going to save my answer for last. So, Lewis, I'm going to you first. Who's the heel of the year?
MJF. That's my pick. It's MJF for probably the next 10 years is going to be heel of the year because nobody can compete with him on the mic, and you know he's only going to be a heel because he's from Long Island and he's a dick.
Gilch, who's your heel of the year?
Yeah, it's not really a question. We know who it is. I will give Can I give an honorable mention?
Sure.
Rhea and Gunther.
Okay. Rhea and Gunther. I like it. How about you, Dave? Who's your heel of the year?
Wow, that's obvious already.
MJF without a doubt. Yeah.
Come on, man. Like, I think if Christian didn't get injured, he might have been just up there because he
had a chance.
He was saying some shit.
Yeah, he definitely had a chance. That Christian was a great heel manager this year and made a lot of good actual runs for moments like that. Heel of the year. Now, for me, MJF, everybody likes to say that he's a heel, but to me, it depends where he's performing. Because if he's in the tri-state area, it doesn't sound like he's a fucking heel. It sounds like he's a baby face. And even Chris Jericho told MJF, it doesn't matter what you do, MJF. Your stupid ass is going to be a baby face one day. Because they're going to hate you so much that one day they're all just going to love you. So it doesn't matter what you do. You can go try to be heel and this and that. They're still going to love you. And that's what's happening here, but it's happening slower than we want. Obviously, if he goes to Chicago, I'm sure the reaction won't be as friendly as Newark, New Jersey, or Long Island. But, yeah, I'll give it to you guys. Yeah, you're all right. MJF is the fucking heel of the year. It's no question about it. Roman Reigns in a close second place because he's a dickhead and performs every 3 months. Great. Great job, Reigns. The man. Let's keep it moving to the most savage moment of the year. And I'm going to answer right away. The most savage moment of the year, without a doubt, was watching CM Punk on the media scrum going all out. Absolutely didn't give a fuck about the reporters there or the wrestling fans who think they're reporters. He didn't give a fuck about his boss being right fucking next to him. He didn't give a fuck about the wrestlers all being in the same locker room while he sat there and said, this guy's this guy's that, this guy's that. And you know what? That guy? Why are we even talking about that guy? It's 2022. Move on with your lives. He dropped nothing but truth that night. Now, I'm not going to get into was that good or bad. I don't care anymore. But at the time when it happened, I was like, fuck, man. He's going fucking savage right now. He don't give a fuck. It was a raw, live, savage moment. And for me, that was the savage moment of the year. Lewis, what's your savage moment of the year?
So my savage moment was MJF turning on William Regal.
Okay.
I think it's, Regal helps him win the title, and then, 2 or 3 weeks later, he's like, nah, screw you, I don't need you, and just turns right on Regal. I thought, in the grand scheme of pro wrestling, a pretty savage thing to do.
Okay, definitely going to get a lot of heat with a lot of fans. Gilch, what's your most savage moment of the year?
The MJF Punk promo, where he kind of, we all know he was going to, trick him, he was trying to pretend he was, friendly with him. He hugged him, kicked him in the balls, basically fucking hung him with the collar, and then took the blood and smeared the blood, used the lines from Punk's Ring of Honor promos about the devil. To me, that was nothing short of savage.
Very great choice. Dave, what's your most savage moment of the year? Here it comes. Stone Cold stunting Kevin Owens. Shit was fire.
Savage moment, actually, for me, was Christian.
Okay.
When he was talking about Jungle Boy's father and, mocking his death and going in on Brian Pillman and talk about his father and all that personal shit that he started bringing out. And people, let's be honest, if CM Punk didn't have that moment, I think that would have been the most standout, oh shit, what did he just say? So I think that was mine.
Okay.
My savage.
We're actually flying through this list much faster than I thought we would. I kind of like it. All right.
That's it. I'm just thinking. Remember those AF promos on Brian Pillman Jr. when he's talking about his father?
Oh yeah, fantastic.
He's gone, Brian. No, what am I talking about? Brian. Out to L. I was like, oh man.
He had some great fucking moments this year, man. Comeback of the year. We have Bray Wyatt, in my opinion, Stone Cold, Cody Rhodes, Braun Strowman, and even Bayley. Because Bayley at SummerSlam, that was actually a great moment. Didn't see it coming. It was surprising. And it was a good comeback. But, fast forward 3 months, not good. Bayley's going to be in a better place when she gets on her own. Hopefully that happens. So I'm disqualifying her for her recent work of shit. Okay, or as Bully would say, the drizzling shits. Not good. But comeback of the year, it has to be between Cody, Stone Cold, and Bray Wyatt. Who do I want to fucking give it to?
Hang on a sec. You want to actually read? When under comeback wrestler of the year, you know what the actual description is?
Sure. Let us know.
Here's an opportunity to honor a competitor who had a big year after suffering through a long period of stagnation, being overlooked, or being out of the sport entirely.
Stone Cold.
Can I get a hell yeah?
Hell yeah. I think
you know what? I am going to give it to Stone Cold because he didn't just come back at SummerSlam. He didn't come back at Monday Night Raw. He didn't come back for some bullshit at SmackDown. My man came back to main event WrestleMania. Give me a hell yeah.
Oh yeah.
Oh hell yeah.
You know, to me, George, like you said, like the whole, like I was telling friends of mine who were kind of not watching wrestling, they were watching. They were like, I don't get it. So what's so cool about this? He's going to come out at WrestleMania, stun him, and like drink beer and walk away. I'm like, yeah, it's a WrestleMania moment.
Yeah,
but none of us expected what we got.
You only get it if you get it, and then what you got was good like that. You're going to remember it, and you're going to appreciate it. Lewis, what's your comeback of the year?
I was gonna say Bray Wyatt, but I think you guys kind of convinced me about Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Damn.
My only problem with the Steve Austin argument is the fact that there's,
just the one moment.
Austin at Mania,
and that's it.
There's nothing else. But at least Bray, it's like he came back, holy shit, and we haven't gotten a match out of him yet.
Yeah, but the whole Bray thing's kind of fizzled out. People are not talking about it the way they were.
That's my other problem too. It's like shit. Like I want this to be good, but come on, bro.
It's not right now.
I want to see who the hell Uncle Howdy is.
I didn't like what they did on SmackDown recently with Bo Dallas. If that's Bo Dallas just standing up there laughing for 10 minutes, like who gives a shit?
You know how you know it's Bo Dallas?
How?
Go check
Wikipedia.
Wikipedia.
I think they removed it already.
Did they?
I did check it. I didn't see it anymore.
I can put it back up myself.
Yeah, it's true.
I know.
That's fucking true. All right, Gilch, what's your comeback of the year?
Yeah, it's got to be Stone Cold.
Stone Cold, right? I feel so bad for Cody Rhodes too, because it's like Cody deserves it too. But how do you, Dave? I'm not even gonna ask you. We know.
Like according to that description, it kind of like disqualifies like a Cody, right? Because he wasn't out of the sport or kind of like overlooked, I would say.
I don't look at Cody as a comeback because he would never stopped wrestling.
Exactly, especially according to like that description.
It's if it was a WWE comeback, then it's a different conversation. But
yes.
It's a wrestling comeback.
Wrestling comeback to professional wrestling. Stone Cold hasn't wrestled 19 years, comes back, has a fucking main event at WrestleMania, gets the fucking win, gives the stunner, takes a bump on cement, tells everybody, oh hell yeah, fuck you, I'm still the man. Only thing that could have made that better is if he came out with his ring gear, with the vest.
Yes.
And
yes.
Woo,
yes.
man, that shit. I would have broke the fucking table. I think I would have broke the table, bro.
That was the most disappointing part for me. He didn't come out with the vest.
Well, the good news is I think he's getting in shape. Maybe he's getting in shape for another WrestleMania moment with. I would like to see him versus John Cena to be a real mark. To me, that's a great kind of Hulk Hogan Rock kind of match. It's the only one that you're going to get close to that kind of generation versus generation. One set of fans versus another set of fans. That arena will be on fire for that match. That's like a dream match among dream matches among dream matches. And then maybe having Rock and Roman too in the same card. Holy fucking shit. Dave, what's your comeback of the year? It's Stone Cold, right? Let's just make sure we get that right.
Let's put it like this, all right? Prior to WrestleMania, I had no intentions to go into WrestleMania. I didn't even care that I was in Texas. I was like, whatever. But when Stone Cold had that promo, and he was like, I got one more can of whoop ass. Even Lolly, my wife, was here, and she looked at me and she was like, we got to go to WrestleMania. So to be there and then to, like I said, the whole moment was great because I was with my kids, but that just when I heard that bell ring, it was just like I still was in disbelief. Like I was shaking. My daughter was holding my hand the whole time, and she was like, we were cheering at the same time, but she could feel how I was like, shaking because that's what got me into wrestling. George.
Of course.
Stone Cold is who got me into wrestling, and to be there and to see 19 years, who would have thought, bro? Like, are you crazy? Like, I never thought I'll be in an arena again and hear that glass shatter. Like, it doesn't.
That was the moment for you. That did everything for you. 100%. I get it, man. I get it. It'd be like me being in the arena right now and watching Hulk Hogan come back and have a match at WrestleMania. Like, it doesn't matter if he couldn't even get to the ring without assistance. I would still pop. I would still pop, okay?
You hear that music come on, you're definitely going to jump out your seat.
Absolutely, Dave. Come on, man. Let's be honest, all right? I want to apologize to all the random people's windows I broke from the age of 13 to 14 during Stone Cold's fucking run to the top of the World Wrestling Federation. You paid the sacrifice every Monday night when Stone Cold's music would hit. As long as he would get a win by the end of the night, someone's window was getting broken. It's just the way it was, man. I was a Stone Cold fan once upon a time, too. Like, hardcore Stone Cold fan.
I broke indoors when he got screwed for the championship. Like, come on, dude.
Well, we got to keep this train
I love the
rolling,
guy.
man. Of course you do. Tag Team of the Year. My nominees are the Usos, FTR, Briscoes, Aussie Open, and The Acclaimed. And if I have to pick one, I'm going to go with FTR. I think they had the best year of anybody in tag team wrestling. They had better matches than anybody combined, and they carried more gold than anyone combined. Lewis, who's your tag team of the year?
Pick the Usos.
Okay, they did carry a lot of gold, too.
With PWI.
Okay.
I just thought of, on the grand scheme of things, what the Usos have done, in WWE. They have both titles. They're kind of carrying the whole tag team division in the company. I kind of just
Not
felt
much of a
that-
division to carry, by the way.
I know.
And
but,
also, I look at it like this.
But then you account for all the stuff with the bloodline that they're doing, So, and if the bloodline's been so good, they've been so good.
Key word, bloodline.
So-
The only reason they have it is because of the bloodline.
Pretty much.
To me, I don't look at it like, oh, they earned it, more as they were handed it.
I don't know. I wouldn't. The Usos
Saying the
didn't
knee
have
pads,
the year.
huh? The knee
they
pads?
also broke the record for the longest tag team title reign.
Well, when your uncle is The Rock, I mean...
Well,
Hi, Uncle Dwayne!
whatever.
Uncle Dwayne, you think you can call Trips and let him know? We're good now.
They had to take it off the paint. They had to.
I respect your shit. At the end of the day,
They
they still have to do the job. They still have to do the promos. And I'll give Usos 100% credit. I used to fucking hate the Usos. Those fuckers can come out now. They can cut a promo. They know how to give facial expressions. They know how to deliver a match. They have the finishing move of the Dudley Boys. What isn't there to like about the goddamn Usos? One and done. They are impressive as shit, modern day Usos. We're talking about 5 years ago. Or even 3 years ago, Usos versus New Day. What's the match? The Usos versus New Day. What's the match? The Usos versus New Day. If I see Usos versus New Day one more time, I might fucking just jump out my window. And the problem is, it's not that high, and I won't die. I'll just trip or bust my ass or something.
Yeah, at the time they were good matches. Come on.
All right,
The
Gilch.
Usos haven't won the NXT tag titles yet, so.
That's true. Oh, that's next, I guess.
Ooh.
Ooh. Gilch, who's your tag team of the year?
It's FTR.
FTR, yeah. We're marks. We like it. I mean, you were there, Lewis. You heard my promo on FTR. I said they were the best tag team in the world.
Yes, I did.
I can't. Well, so how much of a dick would I look like if I? The Acclaimed for me are the second. If I have to pick three, it's FTR, then the Acclaimed, then the Usos. Just because of the organic growth of the Acclaimed and their organic popularity, homegrown talent. Dave, who's your tag team of the year? I'm hoping you say Acclaimed, man.
I was thinking the Acclaimed because, like just you said, how from the year that it started to the way it is now, what a change. But
Huge change.
FTR, dude, I mean, they, in the beginning, let me tell you, when they were in WWE and they were the Revival, I hated them. I was like, these guys are terrible. I don't like them. I didn't like them at all. Then when they got to AEW and I saw them, traveling the world, they started to grow on me. And dude, those guys are straight up, man. Those are professional wrestlers. And yeah, that's for me.
FTR is the greatest tag team of 2022. The things they've done this year alone, you won't find many other tag teams who would lace up their boots and be able to do what they did this year. The run they had this year might be something we never see again from a tag team ever, as far as going from promotion to promotion to promotion to promotion and putting on bangers with multiple talents. All right, Usos are in one promotion with great catering, with great first aid, with great ambulance, with great doctors, with all things top of the line this, top of the line that. Meanwhile, FTR is in some random arena in whatever fucking country they woke up in, and they're putting on a banger with no food in the back, no beverages, hot water. At the end of the day, I'll just say this. If you really want to know who the tag team of the year is, go back and look at the body of work and just look at the matches, all right? If you're looking at Sami Zayn talking on a microphone and then telling me the Usos are the best tag team, then you're a mark. And Sami Zayn has brainwashed you into thinking the Usos are the best tag team in the world. That's the way I feel about it.
So I'm brainwashed by Sami Zayn.
Hey, that's more credit to him, man. He did his goddamn job. He got you, the bloodline, we are the ones, and FTR, they are the twos. If you ask them, that's what they're telling you.
I think you're taking away a little too much from the Usos. I agree. I agree with you. Like, they were put into their position because of the bloodline and Roman. And you know me, I'm just not a bloodline guy. But fuck, man, they put on some bangers and they've really grown on me with their work this year.
Absolutely. That's going to lead right into our next category: tag team match of the year. Tag team match of the year, and for me, without a doubt, the match I recently just saw, where even the referee was busted open, FTR versus them boys, Briscoes, actually went above and beyond my expectations. That was my tag team match of the year. Lewis, what was your tag team match of the year?
I didn't vote for FTR in the last category, but I voted for FTR in this category. I agree with you. It's FTR versus the Briscoes in that match, that dog collar match. The spots that they were doing were... I didn't know how they were going to get up.
That's fair.
You know, yeah. It's just... I was shocked at every single moment, and that's why, you know, if we didn't have the certain categories we had, that could have been my match of the year. But I was like, you know what? Tag team match of the year? Perfect.
I wanted to give respect to tag team and singles. They both deserve their own recognition, which is why I made the separate categories. Gilch, what's your tag team match of the year?
Lucha Brothers Bucks in the cage was last year, right?
That might have been this year, actually, but I think it was at the beginning of the year. I'm not 100% though. But if you can just go Lucha, I'm sure they wrestled at least once this year.
Like, yeah, that's true. That's true. I can't go FTR Briscoe since the match is sitting on my right screen waiting to be watched. Fuck, man.
I know you're gonna go with that after you watch it, though.
So yeah,
I just watched that today.
It was good. I heard it was really good.
Oh yeah.
Dave, what's your tag team match of the year?
I'm gonna. Go ahead.
We'll go right back to you, Gilch. I want to just see what he's gonna say. Is he gonna agree with me and Lewis?
Okay. I saw it today, and I agree with you guys. But prior to that, I don't know if it counts. It is a tag team match, but it's a 6-man tag. And I thought Ospreay and those guys
Aussie
that
Open?
got the name
Aussie
Open against the Dark Triangle. I thought that was a great match.
That match was gorgeous. Yeah, that match was beautiful. I remember that match. Gilch, your tag team match of the year. I think I know what you want to say. Probably you want to say Acclaimed versus Swerve in Our Glory. The
one the Acclaimed lost
at Grand Slam.
Yeah. No. They won a Grand Slam. We were there.
We were there for Grand Slam. They won.
What was the one before? What pay-per-view was that? Was it Dynamite?
All Out? No.
I think it was All
Out?
It was All Out.
Yeah. Basically, the first, you're talking about, bottom line, the first championship match the Acclaimed had with Swerve and Our Glory. You think that was the tag team match of the year, Gilch? Because you're not wrong. That's close in contention. That match was fire.
Yeah, I'm going to go with that one.
Okay. Yeah, I agree with you. That match was definitely the match of the night for the pay-per-view. I remember people talking about it the day after, saying that match stole the show. It was the best match of the night, yada yada. But okay, so we know Gilch's, we know everybody else. Definitely going with FTR versus them boys. I know Gilch will agree with it when he actually watches it. Let's move on to the next category. Female Wrestling Star of the Year. My nominees: Bianca Belair, Mandy Rose, Jade Cargill, Toni Storm, Becky Lynch, and Ronda Rousey. And Female Wrestling Star of the Year is not even on this list I just read you, because her name is Rhea Ripley. And that is the Female Wrestling Star of the Year. Rhea Ripley has been more impressive on camera, on screen. She hasn't even had that many matches, and she's still more impressive than anyone on the roster. By far. She's the only one that I can believe can beat Ronda Rousey in a real fight or a wrestling match. She's the only one I believe can beat Charlotte Flair or Becky Lynch or anybody else you want to throw her way. So for me, it's Rhea Ripley. Lewis, who's your Female Wrestling Star of the Year?
So I picked Bianca Belair. She won the title at Mania. She's had a great run. She looks like a star. She presents herself like a star, and and with people like Charlotte being out, Becky was hurt for that little bit. I really think that Bianca's done a solid job carrying the whole women's division in 2022.
The realist.
Sorry.
Gail, choose your female superstar of the year.
I have to agree with Lewis. I think it's Bianca Belair. I tell you what I would like to see, though. I would like to find some of these matches that the girl Suri, who always is number one on like all these lists in Japan, because she's like always like towards the top of that fucking list. You know what I'm talking about, Savage?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
All right, Dave.
Did she win this year?
Number one, yeah.
Dave, speaking of Bianca Belair, Dave, before we go to your answer, just so everybody knows, we are doing a giveaway on Wrestling with Savage. Shout out to Gilch for supplying this. It's a nice, very nice piece, Bianca Belair autographed piece. If you would like to win this piece, it's very easy. Just like and comment on the video, and you're automatically entered. We'll pick a winner on New Year's Day. All right, I'm going to actually promote this on my TikTok, on my Instagram. I'm going to promote it on a couple other spots. But if you would like to win this piece, just make sure you live in the United States of America, because I'm not shipping to fucking Canada. United States of America, and you got it. It's yours. Bianca Belair autographed, authenticated, beautiful piece. Thank you, Gilch, for providing that to the fans of the show. Dave, who is your female wrestling star of the year?
Sheesh, blame Canada.
Well, you pay for the fucking shipping to Canada. We don't got no sponsors yet.
Like $20.
Funny enough, I'm in agreement with these two other fellows here with Bianca. I mean, she won it at Mania. She's defended it ever since. She still got it on her waist. Can't beat that. Still champion. Champion is a champion.
Absolutely, you're not wrong about that, man. I can't wait till Asuka goes evil samurai.
Yeah.
Fuck she is.
Yeah.
PWI does a cool thing called Path 2. So it has Bianca Belair at number 2, right? And then it says Path number 2, and it shows every year. She was 85th in 2018, 36th in 2019, 23rd in 2020, 1st in 2021, and 2nd this year. So
who's number one? Who they got number one?
Look, the girl from Japan, the I don't want to say it wrong. Syuri,
okay.
Syuri.
Yeah, she is good. She is good, but I don't watch her work too much, so I'm not going to sit there and judge her work.
Yeah, you talk about like a meteoric rise, like this is Bianca Belair just moving her way up year after year after year. So
now we're moving in now to the absolute top of the categories. We only got 2 categories left, and one of them being the male wrestling star of the year. And my nominees are Theory, Cody Rhodes, CM Punk, MJF, Seth Rollins, Roman Reigns, and Jon Moxley. And I've been thinking about this one for the last hour, because there's a lot of people that put on bangers this year, and but you know, wrestling star. I mean, wrestling star means everything. It means who's the biggest star, who makes the most money, who's had the biggest year, who's had the biggest matches, who's had the biggest moments. And by the way, one other category that I wanted to just reprise on for match of the year, I got to give a shout out to what's going to lead into the wrestling star of the year. The wrestling star of the year is Roman Reigns, folks. Without a doubt. That match at Crown Jewel with Logan Paul was more talked about than anything else in the history of this business. Whether we know it or not, just because we're not in all the other countries where this was a major story on the news, in their newspapers, on the covers of books and this and that. Plus the fact that that match was incredible. Incredibly entertaining. The male wrestling superstar of the year. Shout out to Logan Paul, who should be in consideration for breakout star of the year as well. I'm going to say Roman Reigns is the male wrestling superstar of the year. Lewis, who do you got?
Be delusional if you didn't pick Roman Reigns.
I know, right?
It's the guy is the next coming of, you know, Rock and Stone Cold, John Cena. It's Roman Reigns. Roman Reigns is that next guy. And even if he wrestles 4 times a year, he's still moving more merch than anybody else. He's selling more figures than anybody else. And he's got the biggest ratings. It's Roman Reigns.
He's carried the load, man. Gilch, who's your wrestling superstar of the year? Male wrestling superstar of the year.
If you would have told me a couple of years at the Rumble where they actually had to have The Rock come out after fucking Roman won it because they needed him to be cheered, and the crowd was even fucking booing The Rock, like, get the fuck out of here. If you would have told me after that a couple of years later, I'd have to say that Roman Reigns is the number 1 guy right now. It is what it is. I mean, like I said, I'm a hater. I'm a big time hater, but to ignore it is just like
I can't not acknowledge the tribal chief in the year he's had, the matches he's put on, the money he's made, the stars he's created along the way, the storylines he's created, revenue, media shit. The guy, what hasn't he done this year? He's put himself up there with a John Cena, with a Rock, with a Stone Cold. he's almost on track to be up there with a Hulk Hogan. I mean, if they really want to, they could make him the next Bruno Sammartino. And they say, hey, he's not losing the title till 2037 if they want. We don't know. Dave, who's your male wrestling star of the year?
Funny enough, I had a choice before you guys started talking about Roman. I love Roman and how he's changed and all that. And I just don't like that he hasn't wrestled as much as he used to. I don't know. For me, it was more like Jon Moxley, I think. Coming back from, the addiction thing and doing all the matches that he had to carry the brand while they were having all this craziness going on. I don't know. For me, I felt like Jon Moxley this year was a good time for it.
If you want to talk about pure workload, then yeah, you got to give it to a guy like Jon Moxley, because I don't think anybody's worked more than Jon Moxley this year. That's not necessarily a good thing.
He's actually a candidate in PWI's most inspirational wrestler of the year.
Yeah, so is fucking Mustafa Ali, so I don't really take
that
serious.
You saw that motherfucker?
Yes, I fucking did. I do my research, I do my homework, otherwise why the fuck would I host a wrestling show? But, okay, yeah, we're all pretty much in agreement. Roman Reigns is the fucking man. Dave thinks Jon Moxley's the fucking man. Good choice. I mean, you have the second best member of the third best member of the Shield right there. Somehow the best member of the Shield, Seth Rollins, still can't be the superstar of the year. But it's not your fault, Seth. And I hopefully think your time is coming again. We need to have another Seth Championship run one day. I just don't know when it's going to be. It might not even be next year. If Roman has his way, it won't. I know that. Let's move into the last category of the night, baby. The match of the year. Here's my categories. My candidates. CM Punk versus MJF in the Dog Collar match at AEW Revolution. Will Ospreay versus Okada at G1 Climax. Roman Reigns versus Logan Paul, Crown Jewel. Roman Reigns versus Brock Lesnar, Last Man Standing at SummerSlam. I actually was so entertained by that. Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, WWE Hell in the Cell. Gunther versus Sheamus for the IC Championship at Clash at the Castle. Jungle Boy versus... and I can't even believe I'm saying his name. Jungle Boy versus Luchasaurus. Cage match at AEW Full Gear. I saw it live. Was incredible match. Really was. Here's another one that you wouldn't expect me to say. Hangman Adam Page versus Lance Archer. I loved it. It
was in my mind the whole time. I was ringside row one for that. For all the spots.
Loved that match so much for Hangman's career. And then my last was a recent match, which absolutely blew my mind. JD McDonough versus Apollo Crews at NXT. Best match in NXT all year long, without a doubt. Alright, but at the end of the day, I can't compare apples to oranges. And the winner, for me, match of the year, is Cody Rhodes versus Seth Rollins, because that match at Hell in the Cell was unlike anything I've ever witnessed in my life. To just see the way this man came out, show the damage to the bicep, and then take bumps, and take shots, and take kendo sticks to the fucking... It was cringy to watch, but I loved every minute of it, and for me, that was the match of the year. Lewis, what was your match of the year?
I wholeheartedly agree with you again. Seth Rollins versus Cody, Hell in a Cell. I think the most obviously we knew the match was going to be good, but the most impressive part is
just him showing up.
You know? and as the figure guy, they don't make a figure of that Cody.
Oh my god,
they're doing us a disservice. They're doing us a disservice.
I agree with you.
What's
Gilch
he pulling out?
Well, the new acquired, man. Maybe I can make my own brews on this.
Oh, you got it too now? Awesome.
Yeah, I got it, man. I had to, because this guy right here, he's your Royal Rumble winner. That's the winner of the 2023 Royal Rumble, hopefully.
I just couldn't walk out of the store without it, Lewis. I was like...
I was just happy I only paid $42 for it, man.
I already pre-ordered the other ones.
You got Malachi? You got the Malachi Black one?
Gilch? Kenny, and I bought the Brit one too. Fuck it.
Gilch, what was your match of the year?
Gunther Sheamus.
Wow, great match. I can't even argue with you. I will not argue with you. It was a fantastic match. It was a match that brought me back to 1980s wrestling, man. Hard-hitting action. Two big fucking beefy men just slapping meat. good. Dave, what's your match of the year? Here it comes.
No, it's not Stone Cold Steve Austin.
Here it comes.
I was in between, like I said, today I watched the FTR match, and that match was just crazy. So I was in the toss-up with the Cody Rhodes too, because that match really stood out too once he took off his robe and you saw that bruise and you're like, what the fuck?
The gasp in the crowd told everything you needed to know. Like,
and then you see Seth take the candlestick and he's grinding into it and you're like, what the fuck? But the FTR match.
Yeah, but that's tag team match of the year. We already did tag team match of the year.
Yeah, but that's
You're
still a
giving
match,
the match
though.
of the year too? Damn.
Yes, sir. That match
All right,
really
well,
blew my mind.
if we can't pick that match and you have to pick a singles match, what's the singles match of the year?
Then it would be Cody. Then it would be the Cody.
All right, so then it's Cody, unanimous. Everybody in here thinks Cody Rhodes had the match of the year. Unfortunately, he didn't have the chance to be the superstar of the year because of that injury, but he does have that chance in 2023. And I'm so excited about 2023. I'm sure everybody here is excited. I think we're about to have the golden era of professional wrestling in the year of 2023, where all brands are running on full fire, full cast of superstars, people coming back, hopefully people getting fired too. I know that's not nice to say for Christmas, but some of you need to go to the indies and learn how to wrestle. You know who you are. You know who you are.
We got 5 minutes left, George.
Yeah, what's up?
Want to throw in these 3 last categories? They're easy ones.
Go for it.
Faction of the year.
Bloodline. Lewis?
Bloodline.
Dave?
Yeah, it's obvious.
Okay. Bloodline. Gilch, I'm sure you'd say the same.
Oh, maybe JS, but
That was my dark horse, kind of like, they put in a lot of work, but I mean, like you said, Bloodline's just been there constantly.
Yeah.
Indie wrestler of the year. Don't overthink it.
VSK.
Marcus Mathers.
I don't watch enough independent to really judge.
You guys are overlooking the Belt King.
John Moxley?
Cardona.
Oh, Matt Cardona? Yeah. Matt Cardona, yeah. Okay. Matt Cardona, absolutely.
I mean, success, right? I mean, they're just putting belts on him everywhere. And then feud of the year. That's a good one.
MJF's CM Punk. That had me the most excited for the potential of what it could have brought.
Yeah.
All right, Dave, how about your feud of the year?
Yeah, I'm not sure about that one. Need a second on that one. I gotta think about that.
I kind of like what's going on between Seth Rollins and Theory. Present moment right there. I think they're building up a very nice feud for long-term storytelling. That's going to pay off next year, hopefully. But I'm curious to see what they're going to do with Theory, because they're putting him over to the moon right now. So is that going to be a consistent thing next year, or are we going to put him on the back burner? And we're sacrificing a lot of talent. Poor Elias is getting buried on TV almost every week now, getting just beat up by the Bloodline. It only takes one shot to really take him out for the night. Can't even compete in this tag team match. I feel bad for some guys, but what are you going to do? All right, let me ask you this: who had? We'll go to Lewis for this one. Lewis, who had the best toy this year?
Damn.
Who had?
I have to really look at it.
For me, the best action wrestling figure that came out quality-wise was this one. Without a doubt. The Rip 'em, no holds barred Hulk Hogan. The way they made this figure, with like how it feels and flexes and bends and poses, this is the greatest wrestling action figure I've ever seen in my life.
So off the top of my head, and I just got this figure, so it might be a little bit recency bias, but that new Farouk Assad with the gladiator helmet, the whole get up, I'm like, that's such a cool figure.
That's not bad figure at all, actually. Gilch, what's your favorite figure you picked up this year?
Was that Cody figure made last year or this year?
This year.
This year, right?
Yeah.
I love those. I love that. I'm happy the rest of those are coming out. No, I'm not opening them.
And Dave, how about you? You picked up a couple of figures this year, I know. What was your favorite figure pickup of this year? Was it the Thunder Rosa?
Thunder Rosa is like the newest thing. The one that really stood out is obviously the Stone Cold one, but that was like redone or something like that just for WrestleMania.
Yeah.
They got the defining moments one.
there was a lot of great figures this year. I spent way too much money on wrestling figures this year. I'm going to spend even more money next year. It's fucking terrible. Hopefully it all works out in the end. Gilch over here, I pretty much ruined his life. I met him this year, and I can't even tell you how much money this guy's wasted because of my bad influence. It's terrible. Gilch is probably going to kill me one day, but what'd you do to me, you son of a bitch?
It's good that I'm in Texas.
Damn, man. But it's been a fun year in pro wrestling. We started this show this year. We're going to close out the show this year. Everybody make sure you go and have a happy holiday. Whatever you celebrate, enjoy your family, enjoy your loved ones. Hopefully Santa gets you something nice unless you're on that naughty list. I know MJF ain't getting shit from fucking Santa this year. He's been a bad boy. And he's Jewish.
I don't think Santa.
And he's Jewish.
You say he's Jewish. He's not getting anything.
Not getting anything. You think he got something for Hanukkah?
He got the belt. He's good.
That's good.
Wow.
I can't wait for Santa to get to my house. I don't think my fucking Christmas gift's coming probably the fucking March.
Yeah, Santa's going to come to my house a little early this year, man. I'll make sure I have the cookies and milk ready for him. Make sure you follow us. We're on YouTube, Instagram, Facebook, Twitch, Discord, Twitter, all that shit. Join the Discord. Leave us any questions or comments. And if you need anything, last-minute gifts, head on over to the Wrestling Universe in Queens. Talk to Lewis. Talk to Jack. Let them know you're a fan of Busted Open or Wrestling with Savage. You'll get 10% off automatically. Everybody, have a great night. And a happy fucking New Year. We'll be back before New Year's, but if you don't see us, have a happy fucking New Year. Stay alive. Stay safe.
Oh, it's that time of the year. And if you want Santa's recommendation for what you should get your friends,
Christmas bully right. Good job, Savage.
it's the best hat in pro wrestling today. Wrestling with Savage with Willow Nightingale, baby. Let's go.
Yeah!
Yeah!
Because I'm lovely AF and you aren't. Thank you.
And you heard it here first on Wrestling with Savage. You're fucking raw, man, yeah! Raw fucking yeah! Yeah! Yeah!
Battleground Championship Wrestling, we will not be denied.
With Luigi, the greatest pizza maker of all fucking time! Look at this fucking guy right here! Look at this fucking guy! Fuck you,
Say you are listening to Wrestling with Savage, the best podcast in the history of podcasts.
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, pride say you live as the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
They are the best tag team in the world today!
Pedigree, 1, 2, 3, pride say you live as the champ. A last ride straight to hell, a tombstone, a choke slam. Here to give it to you raw. This is Wrestling with Savage. Smackdown, hold the title. This is Wrestling with Savage. What?
Wrestling with Savage begins now.